Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to go into the body and feel our feelings. I bet you've probably heard this before, whether it's reading a book or social media, it's like feel your feelings, and then it's kind of elusive. It's like, what does that actually mean and how do we actually do that? That's been some questions on my mind for as long as I can remember, because I do have a ton of feelings and emotions and they kind of can really dominate me. And specifically, I'm going through a breakup right now. And so, as you might know, super painful, right? Like, I have been sort of forced to come up with a solution, a way to feel my feelings so that I can not be in so much pain. And so I want to share that with you today, and I think it's going to be particularly helpful for those who are visual and visual learners. So here we go. The first step. This one actually comes naturally. It's basically you're going around your day, and for me, because of this breakup, how it is, it's like everything you see reminds you of that person and a story or like a happy moment together. So for you, maybe you're going around in your life and sort of something happens and it creates anger or anxiety or tension, right? So the first step, it happens naturally, and it's basically the trigger comes, the feeling comes, the emotion comes. The second step is to give the story a title. So usually what's connected to a feeling or an emotion is a story. So for example, I'm in the bathroom, I'm looking at my toothpaste and I'm getting this like crazy anxiety, and I realize it's connected to a story, a moment, a memory with me and my partner buying toothpaste in a store, and how there was like this little moment of connection, and the anxiety is coming because I'm like, oh my God, I'm never going to have a moment like that ever again. So you basically want to give the story, give the memory a title. So for me, I could call it, for example, toothpaste connection or something like that. We've sort of like accommodated the mind, the logic. We've traced the feeling to a memory and we've given it a title. And now we just kind of, you can just sort of like let that go or put it on the back burner for now. Then what we do is we enter the body, which, if there's a lot of anxiety and pain or something really intense is going on in your life, like a breakup, that's probably the last place you want to be. You don't want to be in your body. It hurts so much. It is so painful. You feel like you're going to collapse, but you don't have to feel it all at once, number one. And I hope this process actually helps you kind of like break it into chunks. So here you are with your toothpaste memory, for example. You've entered your body, and if you have a moment, this usually only takes about a moment or less actually, you close your eyes. And instead of reliving the memory, you see where it's located in your body. And for me, it seems like it's like been happening sort of like in the region of like my heart and my stomach. So it might happen for you that it's kind of like in the sort of core area, but it could be happening anywhere. And try to see as specific as you can go. This is actually like, it feels like a muscle that grows over time. I remember when I tried this, it was really hard for me to target where my emotions are in my body. I feel like there was like a disconnect between feeling and emotion and where it exists in the body. I felt really blind in being able to pinpoint where it is. It does come in time, I will say that. So as best as you can, you feel where it is in your body. Specific or general region. So I found the toothpaste memory like in my lower stomach. Then the fourth step, and this is where the magic happens. This is the thing that I've added. I think all the other steps have been already shared and invented by others. But this is the step that I've added that has really helped me. So once you're in the body, in the specific area, you visualize the emotion. Give it, and this is not by remembering the story, like going back to, toothpaste and you and the person. It's right now in this moment. What does that feeling look like? Because we usually go like, what does the feeling feel like? And it's so hard to feel a feel. You know what I'm saying? It's like, how do you think a think? You have to like add another concept or way of consideration. So what does the feeling look like? So you go back into that region and you see. And for me, it comes in shapes, and like there'll be different swirly lines, or, you know, it doesn't have to be like a perfect circle or a square. You know, it can just sort of have like an interesting signature, an interesting like image. Like maybe you see stripes like on your heart, or maybe you see like a bubble in your stomach, or, you know, it might also come in colors, like in gradients. And so you really feel into what that looks like, and you just kind of go with it. Because if you kind of start to question, why is it like this, or this is silly, you know, like it will just sort of disappear. You have to kind of create a non-judgmental atmosphere as much as possible for your emotions to come up. So you just are like, oh, interesting. So right now, a little anxiety came up right now about the fear of, is this video going to make sense to you? Is my YouTube channel going to be of value to anyone? And I closed my eyes and I saw like a sort of like kind of like a stripe up and down, like almost like that shape all up and down my whole body, you know? So you sit with that shape, you sit with that image. And for me, what's been happening, the original feeling is gone. The original feeling dissipates within usually like 20 or 30 seconds of seeing the feeling, visualizing the feeling, the emotion. It sort of, it's almost like it wants to be seen. Like I wonder, like maybe it doesn't necessarily need to be like, you know, we've recorded the memory and we play it back to ourselves. Like even thinking about that gives me anxiety. Maybe it just wants to be seen in a different way. Those intense like wafts of pain and suffering within 30 seconds is gone. And as usual, remember, I'm not a psychologist. This process might not be for everyone, but I hope maybe for some of you it works, and it's definitely a practice. Give it multiple shots, and I think you'll find that it can be a really interesting and simple way to release emotions and feelings that can sometimes just be so challenging. If you found this video helpful or intriguing, please give it a thumbs up or subscribe, or both. And yeah, I look forward to creating more content for you guys.